So Stranger Things Season 4 was just released on Netflix. Well, maybe not just. But if you're not able to watch, you can easily use Surfshark VPN with the link in the description. You do get 81% off your first 2-year subscription, and it does help out the channel. By now, I don't know how the hell you don't even know what a VPN is, but if you don't, it's a way to encrypt your personal data and to switch your location from one country to another. This gives you full access to shows on Netflix or any streaming site. But anyways, seeing that Stranger Things has been released, I thought to myself, what are some anime that you can watch if you're a fan of the Stranger Things series? So let's get into it. Stranger Things is a science fiction horror drama first released on Netflix July 15th, 2016, and it has run for 4 strong seasons. It follows a group of teens and some adults in the small town of Hawkins as they are wrapped up in government exploits and supernatural events. It features supernatural psychic kids who can kill you at first glance and dimension-shifting monsters out for your blood at every turn. Personally, I've enjoyed Stranger Things since season 1, and time again I've asked myself about the anime that are much like it. Ones filled with death, monsters, and super illegal, shady government exploits and teen hormones going wild. And oh yeah, there should be some D&D. Right? Now, for this video, I won't be doing much of a listicle video as I normally do or whatever, so I'll try to stay away from that. Next, I could easily list Demon Slayer on this list as it has kids with supernatural powers, man-eating demons, and even demons with supernatural abilities. Also, the government doesn't even acknowledge the existence of Demon Slayer, but maybe I'm going off on the rails just a little bit on that, so I'll stay away from it. I'll try to keep it as close to the premise of Stranger Things as possible, and also the anime on this list might not be up to date, but I'll try to keep it as modern as possible. So let's try to just get the most popular ones out of the way right now. Watch Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, One Piece, and Dragon Ball, as they all are great anime with kids with supernatural powers. Now I think I've wasted enough of your time, so let's get on with the real recommendations. Elfin Lied starts us off. I also heard some people call it Elfin Lied at one point. Yeah, I know, this isn't one of the newest anime out there, but it's literally along the same exact lines of Stranger Things. A group of kids are experimented on and develop supernatural powers. Then they went berserk and murdered everyone in the most brutal way that you can think of. After they escaped, now it's time for them to try to live a normal life. But that doesn't go as planned. Elfin Lied was released in 2004 and it only has 1 season, so pretty easy to watch. It isn't the longest, but trust me, when you get into it, you will truly appreciate the art. For me, personally, I remember watching this anime about a year or so after it was released. It was probably during the first times I was getting into anime at the time. And I was amazed because literally within the first few moments, it was the most bloody thing I've ever seen since Rurouni Kenshin. And I thought, they wouldn't release something like this to kids, would they? Back then I used to think anime was solely for kids, and so a lot of censorship. But apparently, I was wrong. Anime also has ratings. Hey. Lucy is our main character and focus. She was bred by the government to be the ultimate weapon, but she decided it was time to escape. In the process, she lost her memories. Now she tries to adapt to her new surroundings and discover more and more about her power as time goes on. Now, of course, she has to face off with other government experiments, ones deemed to be monsters. Sounding familiar? So on this list, probably Elfin Lied is the closest to Stranger Things that I've ever seen, and I think that it would be a good watch for you. So go ahead, watch it, let me know what you think. I'll probably start an argument with you. For now, let's move on to the next entry.
Lost when I feel like nothing, always feel like I'm running.
Erased comes up next on the list, and like Stranger Things, our group of heroes are kids. Well, primarily a guy in his late 20s called Satoru. He has the power to leap through time. Well, maybe not leap, probably tossed. Much better. He gets thrown to random points and he uses his powers for good, saving random people. But one day, his mom is killed. He's thrown back to when he was about 10 or 11. Now he must find the connection between this timeline and the death of his mother, in turn saving many people from this deranged serial killer. So yeah, it's got it all. The drama, the fantasy aspect, all in a little neat bow. When I first saw Erased about 2 years ago, it was recommended to me by Netflix along with Anohana, the first flower I saw that day, which I cried like a bitch baby after binging both at 1 a.m. on a work morning. Yeah, not a good combination, but I must say I really enjoyed it. Many times, time-traveling anime can get real convoluted really fast. looking at you, Tokyo Revengers. But Erased keeps it simple and easy to follow. Well, as far as time loop theories go. So I would say give it a try and tell me what you think. Stranger Things is chock filled with many heart-to-heart moments of friendship and family, and also has a lot of comedic moments as well. And what other anime plays off the comedic aspect of a child with psychic powers trying to live an ordinary life more than The Disastrous Life of Saiki K? I remember this anime was a rave back in the day, but I wasn't particularly interested. Still aren't, but I watched all of season 1 and I must say it got some overly excited chuckles out of me. The hijinks of this sentient being, literally born in a child who can pretty much do every and anything his mind can think of when it comes down to psychic abilities, really hit my funny bone in a funny way. It sounds weird when I say it. Though not the smartest set of characters out there, and it isn't filled with horror or the occasional gory mass murdering that we've all come to love about Stranger Things, it does have a heart-to-heart and a warm, comfy way to tell the overall story. But if you're into that sort of thing, the lighter side of life, then The Disastrous Life of Saiki K is right up your bunghole. On a more serious note, but not so serious, Mob Psycho 100 comes up next.
If everyone is not special, maybe you can be what you.
I mean, you can't have a list of psychic teenagers in an anime without listing the more serious version, right? Much like The Disastrous Life of Saiki K and Stranger Things, Mob is a child born with unfathomable psychic powers. Born in a world filled with supernatural entities that he is tasked with keeping or obliterating if it's a threat to human life, while still trying to maintain a normal teenage life. I mean, who doesn't love that? Much like Elle in season 4, who has her dad Hero to look up to, so does Mob in Regan, the self-proclaimed psychic, who's just a con man looking for an easy way to earn money. And what better way to do so than to offer services that can't even be proven. Much like Hopper, he also has a heart larger than his pockets, rooted in the life that he has lived, which is way less stellar than we'd hoped for, and provides an anchor for Mob when he needs it the most. The anime is filled with so much of the same story beats as Stranger Things, though you won't find any unnamed government evil organizations trying to take over the world. Oh wait, maybe you will, but you'd have to watch to find out. And seeing that season 3 is on the way, it's a good time to binge watch season 1 and 2 if you haven't already. It's a pretty popular series. Sticking with our main focus of kids with psychic powers, we now adventure to what is arguably one of the greatest, most influential anime movies of all time, Akira. You'd be hard pressed to find another show like this where everyone, down to the janitor, has developed new ways of animation that would set the scope for future anime to come. Tetsuo and Kaneda are longtime best friends turned frenemies after Tetsuo unwittingly runs into a disheveled child and now becomes a test subject for the government, now developing new insane psychic abilities. The only thing is, he's a little unhinged and decided, hey, since I'm this powerful, why not murder everyone and start the apocalypse? While at it, kill my best friend and take his girl. That's all I've ever wanted. The only problem is that he has little or no control over these powers, and now they threaten to consume him and everything around him. The only thing that can stop him is the power of friendship and time travel. That and a sentient being called Akira, who was able to transcend his fleshy human meat sack to become, can I say it, a literal god? I'll say it. He's become a god. Akira is one of my longtime favorite anime, and for some reason, the more I watch, the more I realize that this anime was goddamn awesome. So, give it a watch.
I know you told your friend you're not okay.
Just in case you're looking for a bit more psychic powers, then Shinsekai Yuri is a pretty good choice. Now, it isn't as popular as relatively most of the other ones that I've listed on here, but it has pretty much the same story beats as Stranger Things. Psychic users all live in a closely knit society. Saiki is a young girl who has powers, and they begin to manifest. Now, this exciting time does lead to many mysterious questions that Saiki wants to be answered, even at the risk of discovering some dark truth, where their society came from and stuff like that, and why people even got so corrupt in the first place. It's a good anime for you to watch, though I won't say it's as new or popular as the rest that I've listed. And yeah, just go ahead and have a good watch. Now that's pretty much it for this list, but I wanted to give a few more out of context for this round. Now another anime that you could watch is Shiki. This is an anime filled with mystery. It may not have psychic entities, but supernatural shit happens all the time. Hyoka is one that you'll probably need to look into yourself. Now, how many anime was that I listed? Like 10? Probably, I don't know. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and the new season of Stranger Things. I've personally finished watching it on the first day it was dropped. Yes, I tend to binge. But if you're not able to see it on Netflix, probably you'll need a VPN. I've got 2 of them in the link in the description below. But if you haven't liked this video as yet, please consider subscribing as well. I make videos like this all the time. Though recently I've gone down the rabbit hole of Demon Slayer. I should probably fix that. But anyways, here are 2 video listings of anime that you can find on Netflix or Hulu. Please enjoy those videos. Peace out and stay safe out there, V Nation. Bye.